Don't even look at my fridge, you guys. There's like nothing in it. Hey guys, Lexi here, and I am so excited because I have a special guest in my kitchen, which having him here in my kitchen is very intimidating. We have a Michelin star executive pastry chef, Shawn Gawle, here with me. Welcome, Shawn, to Let's Get Lexi. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And you guys, he has come up with a really great dessert that is very approachable. I told him, we like to look impressive, but we don't like to put in a whole lot of effort, because it's real life, real people, and he's come up with this amazing recipe and it looks amazing. So, Shawn, why don't you tell us what we're cooking today?
So we're gonna make Portuguese egg tarts, Pastel de Nata, which definitely does seem a little more difficult than it is. So I'm gonna try to simplify things for everyone. There's definitely a long way to do it, and then there's a couple of shortcuts that
we love shortcuts. Life hacks are our thing. So I love that. I love that we can make this. We're gonna look really impressive, you guys.
We're gonna need a little bit of flour. Call it bench flour, because this is our bench. If you want, you can buy puff pastry in the store.
That's more like it.
And you just have to let it defrost.
Okay.
Unfold it. When we do the same thing, we're going to just roll it out a little bit more, so it's a little thinner. And I do the same thing with my dough after I do a couple folds, is I stretch it just like that first one, but I stretch it even longer.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And you notice I flipped it. This seems to have a little more flour on it, so it's not going to stick to the bench, to the table. So I flipped it, so it's going to be a little bit easier to roll out for me. This already has everything in it. It's already been folded and laminated.
So we're just trying to get this.
Yeah, thin. So now that we have it thin, you see it's like almost sheer. Then what I do is I basically cut this again.
Yeah.
Just so it's even.
Yeah, not nearly as soft.
Not quite as nice.
Rubbish.
But we're gonna roll it up into a tube. So start pretty tight, and then it'll be pretty easy. Almost like that. You kind of pull it back taut, almost like if you're making a sushi roll.
So during the holidays, are people just like, hey, Shawn, what are you doing? You want to come over to this holiday party? Maybe bring.
Oh yeah, last night. I also I like to cook at home, but oftentimes when I go to parties, I'd rather bring something else than pastries. But if people ask, and I got volunteered at home too, like, oh, we're bringing dessert. I was like, we are.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just arriving, but I guess so. I was volunteered, but yeah, it definitely happens. So you roll it right up like this, and then you're gonna want to chill this, so that way we can cut it. So the butter will get hard, the dough will get firm again. And hard again. You pop in the freezer for like 5 or 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And that'll do it. So we're gonna wrap it in plastic wrap again.
Okay. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
That. And I just fold the sides. It doesn't have to be super tight. And we'll just go right into your freezer. Now, so next we're gonna make the filling, and it's an egg yolk custard that is made with milk, vanilla, and cinnamon stick, and sugar, and then egg yolks that's tempered in. And to thicken the egg yolks, we use flour, and you can also use cornstarch. The milk on, we're gonna add the vanilla and the cinnamon
Is that
stick.
like a full fat milk?
You can use skim or 2%. This is
like
2%.
2%, okay.
Yeah. Flour and the egg yolks. We can actually just add our sugar right to this mixture.
Woo! Good amount of sugar.
Yeah, these are pretty sweet, but they are really tasty. So, and then in a larger bowl, we're gonna add our yolks.
Cool.
And our flour.
The least I could do is probably just this.
Thank you.
No problem.
We're gonna whisk the flour with the yolks together, so it kind of emulsifies and doesn't clump. When you add starch, like cornstarch or flour, to eggs or egg yolk, it allows you to put it back on the stove and pretty much bring your liquid to a boil without scrambling your eggs.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So this works out because our dough is resting, and we're able to make this whole custard right in the same amount of time. We just want to bring the milk, vanilla, and cinnamon to a simmer, so it flavors correctly with sugar, and then we're gonna temper it right into the yolks.
Okay, and you have that on what, like a medium heat?
Yeah, I have it medium high.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know I have electric, so it's kind of hard.
No, it's fine.
I go from like high, then all of a sudden I'm like shoot, two.
You definitely want to watch it because it could boil over, and you see I use a pretty good sized pot.
Yeah.
So that way hopefully it doesn't make a mess and boil over.
Well, no worries.
So we're pretty much at a simmer. You can kind of hear it.
I hear it.
We're literally just gonna take this and pour about half right inside while stirring. You can pour all of it if you want. The rule of thumb is you pour half and then the yolks have tempered enough and it's closer to temperature to what's there. Okay. But to be safe, you can pour it all in and then we'll pour it all back into the pot.
All right.
And now's the time when you want to stand over it and kind of watch it and continually stir because the starch could, fall to the bottom. And you'll start to see it. It's a little frothy because I'm stirring, but you'll start to see it actually simmer and boil, and it will get thick, and you'll be able to feel it when you whisk. Like right now, you can feel that there's very little resistance when I'm whisking. You'll see that it's like, you'll feel that it's thicker.
Okay.
And then you'll just know.
You'll just know.
You can also just take a spoon and toast the spoon.
Oh my gosh.
That's what you want. So and we call that nappe.
Nappe. I forgot the cinnamon sticks were in there. I was like, what the hell just fell in?
I mean, I strain them out, but I mean, it's completely okay just to cool it, cool it right in with it, and it's just a flavor. So now we're gonna take the roll and we're gonna cut it maybe like a half-inch thick.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna give this to you.
Okay.
So these are the classic molds for the egg tarts, but you probably can't, if you can't find these, you can use a mini muffin tin or a muffin tin. So what we do is we just put it right in the center here. These are these are a little smaller, so I can just slice it a little thinner.
Oh, okay. You don't even have to butter these or anything.
You shouldn't have to. There's a lot of butter in the dough.
Okay, so you should be good.
So what I want, take this.
Okay.
And you're gonna start with your thumb and just press it down right in the center, and then you're gonna take your other thumb and press it out and stretch it.
Oh, I see.
To the mold.
Okay. Oh my gosh, yours is so much better than mine.
Now, because you want it thin so the dough bakes a little, and then you press slightly going up and out until you're a little bit above the rim.
This isn't even close, you guys.
Try another one.
All right.
You can almost do one big push and you've almost done your whole mold. And you just want to make it a little thinner so that the dough cooks evenly. If you are taking as long as you are, you probably want to stop. So you don't want the dough to get warm. And
okay.
It's going to get warm. The more you touch it with your hot hands, the more it's going to get warm. So if you're not good at shaping them and you're worried, put them in the fridge for a couple minutes and then go back to them and they'll be really good.
Oh, okay.
Now if the dough is still cold, you can fill them with your cold batter and bake them right in the oven. Otherwise, I would recommend putting them in the freezer for a few minutes and firming up everything. Okay. And then taking them out and baking them from that. We're going to bake these at a pretty hot oven. So that way they caramelize and the dough cooks and the custard cooks pretty equally. But you want the little spots in black, that's like sweet goodness. That's the sugars caramelizing. So in order to do that, you've got to bake pretty hot. So we've got an oven at 475.
That's hot. I think that's the hottest my oven has ever gotten.
Well, it does get hotter, but you just haven't.
No, I'm like in the 350 area, maybe 400.
Yeah, so you can fill, since this custard is thick, you can fill it almost to the rim. So if it wasn't quite as thick, you might want to underfill them a little bit because they might souffle and it'll topple over a little bit.
Ooh, these already look so good.
And these are already ready to go in the oven.
So we'll just put them in the oven?
Yeah, 475 for about 15 minutes.
Really? That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. All right, guys, so we are ready to test them. So we brought in Let's Get Lexi's official taste tester. Shawn and I have been slaving in the kitchen, Hunter, for these. So
barely slaving. It was pretty easy.
It was super easy.
It sounded like
but I like to make them think that I've been.
I was paying attention. I was listening in.
But I'm excited for you to try these. A lot of love went into them, and they're so impressive looking. And they actually were very easy to do, so.
I don't almost feel like it's like I'm not worthy, but these are so beautiful. How do I eat them and what is it exactly?
So this Portuguese egg tart, Pastel de Nata. It's flaky and it's got a sweet custard. So you just bite into it.
Would you pair them with anything?
Say that again.
I mean, they're good.
What was that you just said? Pointing to nata? What's that?
Pastel de Nata.
Pastel de Nata.
Yeah, it's from Lisbon, Portugal.
Yes.
Dates back to the 18th century, where monks would use the egg yolks left over from using egg whites. They use egg whites to starch clothes, sometimes clarify the wine, and they'd also use the yolks to make sweet pastries.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Holy cow.
But basically, it's like generally like a morning pastry, but I mean you can bring to a dinner party or anything, but coffee. It's great with coffee. You both know coffee.
Oh my gosh, I would love a coffee with this.
I have my coffee. You know what? Like it's kind of like a churro.
Yeah.
With like amazing creamy filling.
Yeah. The cinnamon, the flakiness.
Yeah.
It comes through.
It's like a really well balanced too. It's not like too much happening. It's just like the perfect amount of light sweetness. And it does have that churro. It does taste kind of churro.
Yeah, with the pastry, it's so delicious. Oh my gosh. Shawn, thank you so much for coming into my humble kitchen and cooking these.
Yes.
And thank you for sharing them with the piñas. I know they're gonna be so excited to try them. You guys, if you guys try these, be sure to tag me and tag Shawn. Shawn, what's your Instagram handle so people can follow you?
It's at Shawn Gawle.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's the graphic.
Shawn Gawle.
And then where can people find you? Like in general, what are you working on? Any fun stuff coming up?
Well, I'm in Houston now. So far, so good. It's great. I'm working for Goodnight Hospitality. We're opening another restaurant come February called March.
So there you have it, you guys. You can find them at Rose Cannonball, March, Montrose Cheese and Wine Shop on Instagram. And he has a great website, so you can find him there. And just tell him how much you love his work, because we do. This is 10 out of 10, Hunter and Lexi approved and recommended. Go ahead and make it. Thank you so much for being here. This was quite the honor for us.
Cool.
And
it was fun.
Until next time, you guys, I'll see you in the chat. Bye! If you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Also, let me know in the comments below what you think of our pastries. They were delicious. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and hit that sub button, and I'll see you in the chat. Bye!